And I know that you have a neutral rating on IBM right now. Does this change in leadership perhaps make IBM now a buy?
Possibly. I mean, she has fought a good fight for a long time, but it's been a tough, 10-plus years in IBM where it has underperformed the market, and the stock is actually down in the last 5 years while the S&P 500 is up. And it's down while the tech sector and a lot of the other tech leaders have gone up substantially. So it's unfortunate that it's been a difficult situation. And by the way, Tigress is a woman-owned and operated brokerage firm, and we really like companies that are women-led, like the situation. But I mean, I think it's been a lot. There's been a lot of shareholder disappointment for a long time, so it seemed to be time for a change.
So with regards to that disappointment, Ivan, I mean, obviously the combination with Red Hat, that was supposed to sort of lift investors' spirits a little bit. I know it's still relatively early in that combination, but do you have hope that that combination of IBM and Red Hat could be sort of the salvation that investors were looking for?
I think it can help. They paid a significant amount of money for Red Hat. It was the biggest acquisition in IBM's history. So they've laid out a lot of money, and investors want to see a return. But the problem is that IBM has had so many legacy businesses, right, while the whole tech sector has changed dramatically and changes fast. And this whole move to the hybrid, to cloud, now the hybrid cloud, and now the next big thing is edge computing. And the Red Hat does address hybrid cloud, and they really are going to have to get ahead of the edge computing trend, which is taking the problem with cloud is you have legacy time frame to interact with the cloud, but so moving processing from the cloud to the edge to where the client computer is, and that is the next big trend. And that they're going to have to get ahead of that because everybody else is focusing on the edge as well.
Anurag, I want to come back to your talk about how the growth may be there for some of this cloud stuff, but it's very early innings. It's not dramatic yet, and of course you see that reflected in the stock price. From a technological standpoint, would you say they're competitive, a big company looking to expand in the cloud? Is IBM really viable, or do they still need to close the performance gap or the offering gap in some way with competitors like Microsoft and so forth?
I think the strategic positioning is a lot better than it was compared to 3 years ago because of the Red Hat deal.
Yeah.
Now they have a good software product to sell, and they have a good product for their services team to sell. They have a good mainframe business. But again, Microsoft is extremely different in this case, so is Amazon and Google. But IBM being the biggest services company, I think this can really help their consulting business and as well as the system integration business as well.
Ivan, what do you think?
I think he's exactly right. They have some pluses. The Red Hat is a good positive start, but it's going to take a while. But one of the things that IBM has is they have legacy businesses, but they have a lot of legacy customers, and they have good brand equity. And companies don't like to change quickly because they want to be with companies that have survivability, staying power, and infrastructure. However, they have not been ahead of many of the technology trends, and that has what has powered the growth in Microsoft and their cloud platform, Google and their cloud platform, and Amazon and their cloud platform. So there's now a lot of competition, and there's a lot of great companies. So you're really going to have to be good. And the next big, the edge computing is the next big trend. So I think IBM should almost try to leapfrog over hybrid cloud to get ahead of the edge computing trend.